So now that we have covered the ears and the feet, we're going to proceed to the eyes with Dr. Rudy Banik. Dr. Banik is an integrative neuro-ophthalmologist who focuses on root cause of eye disease, including strategies based on nutrition, botanicals, lifestyle modification, and supplements. She completed her MD at Brown University, and she is an associate professor of ophthalmology at Mount Sinai and in private practice in New York City. She is a popular media expert and author on 2 best-selling books, and she has been featured in New York Magazine's Best Doctors consecutively since 2017.
Okay, so we're going to just jump right in here, and that this is about what you see and vision and clarity. So over 60% of women over age 40 will develop some form of vision impairment, often undetected, until it affects their daily life. And this is from the CDC Vision Health Initiative. So what's one small overlooked change in our eyes that might actually be the first signal of something bigger?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me to be here today. It's a pleasure. So many things can happen after we reach a certain age. Many people may have trouble reading, where they feel like their arms just aren't long enough. They have to hold things further away. I'm sure some of us have experienced that. Eyes may feel dry, but those are all, I would say, easier things to manage. When people actually lose vision, where they can't, even with glasses, even with correction, they're still having issues, that's something that's a little bit more of a, I would say, a red flag, and that really should be evaluated. So I would say vision change, where let's say you're driving and you can no longer see the street signs, you're having a lot of trouble at night, it's very difficult to see in dim lighting, those types of vision changes.
Something that we had a conversation beforehand, so I wanted to meet my panelists so we could get a better understanding and just get to know each other a little bit. And one of the things we talked about, and something that I experienced, and I'm sure other people have also, that as we've moved into more of a hybrid and online world, we are in front of our screens more and more. And what are you noticing in terms of the impact on vision and what we can do to help?
It is a big concern because most adults are on screens anywhere from 7 to 9 to 10 to 12 hours or more a day. And how many can relate to that? I know, I certainly can. And it can really, the good news is the screen time doesn't lead to any permanent vision loss. That's the reassuring part of it. The other side to it is that it can lead to short-term vision issues. And we call this a syndrome of digital eye strain. And it has multiple different facets, and different people can have different types of symptoms, but trouble focusing up close, blurry vision that comes and goes, dry eyes, light sensitivity, which I know a lot of people get from screens because of the blue light. Sometimes even headaches and migraines can develop because of too much screen time. And then the thing that many of us unfortunately have is this neck and shoulder strain. We call that tech neck, from looking down at our phones or looking at tablets. So again, this is digital eye strain. It's reached an epidemic in terms of how common it is. Not just in adults, even children can have it too, especially during the pandemic. I saw many youngsters with this because they were doing schoolwork from home. So any age can develop it, but there are simple solutions.
That's really important for us to know. And what you're talking about is, we've been shifting as women, we've been shifting in our perceptions from a space of more acceptance to the space of more agency.
Yes.
And so what would be your recommendation of ways for us to have agency with our vision?
That's a great point. And I want to echo what some of the other speakers earlier said. Don't wait for something to happen. Really be proactive about it. And a lot of people mistakenly believe, oh, my vision's fine, I can see 20/20, I don't need glasses, so they don't go see their eye doctor. But in reality, an eye exam should be a part of your annual health maintenance. Just like we go see our primary care doctor once a year, we get our labs done once a year, we get our dental visits twice a year, we get colonoscopies, we get mammograms. An eye exam should be an essential part of your annual healthcare maintenance. Anyone over the age of 40 needs to go see an eye doctor, whether it's an optometrist, ophthalmologist. Go get it checked out, because there are so many things with our eyes that can be silent. We may not have symptoms of them. And again, even though you may see well, get that dilated eye exam.
Vision is such an important part of our lives, and how we see what our aperture is of the world. Are we seeing with a smaller aperture, what we can see in that little area? Are we able to see bigger? And are we able to have flexibility in going from micro focused to really seeing the bigger picture? And when your eyes aren't seeing as well as they should, what are your thoughts on how that affects our perception of the world, what we feel, and how we experience?
Oh, it affects it in so many ways. You're not having clarity of vision, simply trying to do your daily tasks, whether that be reading, whether that be using appliances in the kitchen, cutting vegetables, trying to read a label, for example. If you can't see a prescription, or if you're going to the store, you're trying to read an ingredient label and you can't see that really impacts your quality of life. And I think the thing that a lot of people don't realize, and they should, is that yes, we use our vision for so many things, but the most important part is connecting with others. It's such an important aspect of our communication. How we look at somebody, we can read their face, and we were talking about this as well earlier, is our expressions. And if someone who's communicating with us can't see our expressions, it really holds us back from being our full selves. Not to mention, being able to drive and work and all those usual things.
Well, our earliest language is the language of the body. And when we think of tiny humans we've known from the beginning, their whole experience is in the face that they look at. And being able to discern and see facial expressions, see what's in the eyes. The eyes are the doorway to the soul.
Yes, and much more.
The window to the soul.
Yes.
And so having our vision is so important. On a more metaphorical way, that many women say they want more clarity in their lives. And so what can eye health teach us about reclaiming that clarity?
My message is to be proactive, right? Don't just assume things will happen as you get older. Don't just assume you'll need glasses or you'll develop a cataract. There are so many things people can do that's within their control that will ultimately impact their vision for the years and decades ahead. That's my message here is don't just wait for it to happen, because we do have a lot of tools as eye doctors in our toolbox to help people, whether it be something as simple as a prescription, or perhaps it's a different type of aid, or perhaps it's a surgery. And I'm also a big advocate of nutrition and lifestyle changes for eye health. And we know that, I'll share this interesting tidbit with you all. So macular degeneration is one of the leading causes of vision loss and blindness around the world. It tends to happen to individuals over age 70. And there's something that's really important, and many eye doctors don't even realize this. You can prevent macular degeneration using the power of diet. So there's a study that showed that the Mediterranean diet can reduce one's risk of macular degeneration by 47%. 47%. Better than any drug, better than any surgery, any injection, because some of you may know people who have macular degeneration need to get monthly eye injections to control their symptoms. So diet is the way to go.
What was that stat again?
47% decreased risk of vision loss from macular degeneration.
Eat more fish and vegetables?
Yes. Vegetables are key. Other studies have shown that having at least 3 to 5 cups of fruits and veggies per day can help to decrease one's risk. So, fruits and veggies per day.
Okay, so we were talking about fruits and vegetables on one hand and better, decreasing your risk of macular degeneration. I mean, this sounds like a pretty simple way to go and a pretty simple choice. However, again, this is where the rubber meets the road. Today we've heard from 3 experts and about things that you can do, something that you can think about. Advice is only as good as what you do with it. Just like the hearing aids in the drawer. Well, I got my hearing aids. And so what is it that you're going to take with you? Think about it. What was compelling to you? What is it that you're going to take with you and go from aspiration to inspiration to implementation? And this is for you. No one else can do this for you. This is what you give to yourself. This is the bottom line of self-love. This is the bottom line of self-trust, and this is the bottom line of self-worth. So think about it for a moment now of what you're going to take with you through your eyes, through your ears, through your feet, through your mental health today that isn't going to stay in the seat that you're sitting in now, but you're going to take with you, and you're going to make that commitment for yourself. Because as it occurred to me as I was sitting here today, aging is not about being aged. And this is what you do for yourself. And it is not selfless, it is not selfish, that there is space to tend and to be caring of yourself, that you also, in addition to all the other people in your lives, your other commitments, that you also deserve and to be listened to and to be heard by you first and foremost. And as we're thinking about, all different ways, we have so many, like silly pictures in our head, caricatures of what getting older means, what being old means, whatever that's supposed to mean. And just take a moment and think about the most ridiculous one and throw that out. Because in the age where we are in redefining, we are vital and vibrant to the best of our abilities at different points in our lives. How do you want to proceed with your life? And take the number out of your head for just a second and tune into the spirit, the liveliness, and the aliveness of who you are. And that is something that can stay with you throughout time. We have ended on time. I want to thank all my fabulous and expert guests for sharing their information with us. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience.